What's up, everybody? How you doing today? My name is Jason the Ape, number 2339 of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and guess what? For the first time ever, I feel like I'm a man who's evolved back into ape form. When I minted this beautiful beast, I felt connected immediately and decided I wanted to start reaching out to members of the community as Jason the Ape. It's a beautiful idea to just share who I feel like this ape allows me to be. And my first guest on the show is Jenkins the Valet Ape. I think he's got a special story, and that's why I wanted to reach out to him and welcome him all to the show here today at the Hustle House. Welcome, Jenkins.
Thank you so much, Jason. Yeah, I'm happy that I could get a few minutes away from the valet stand so that we could talk. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I know you're working out there hard. You're valeting all the yachts, right?
Yeah, pulling them around and undocking them when people need to leave. But I'll tell you, most of the time is doing odd jobs. I got into it thinking that I was just gonna like hang out at the stand, collect tips, and it is wild the types of things that I've been asked to do as a valet at the yacht club. So
Yeah, I could only imagine, man.
totally.
What's
You think it's like just a social club, but there's some crazy stuff. I've worked with the Ape Mafia. I've snuck mistresses in through laundry carts. I've held private keys. I've done all sorts of stuff.
That actually makes sense to me, man. I was a big partier back in the day, and it's one of those things. Being out and about, you see a lot of secret handshakes when you're working the front door, and that's really interesting. I'm curious about the Ape Mafia. How did that come into play?
The Ape Mafia, they're like some of the OGs. Started working out of the Bored Ape Yacht Club almost right away as soon as the club opened its doors. And so, I think it just makes sense for a valet if you're working the front door and you are part of those secret handshakes. You see who comes in, you see who goes out. The ape mob boss, 6056, he just tapped me one day and he was like, "Hey, I need some help with something." And it's been history ever since.
That's
I
beautiful,
actually
man.
just aped into the official Ape Mafia membership today. So, it's important to
So you're a made
show
man
support for
now?
everybody else.
Are you working on being a made man? Just not quite yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. I think I have like a couple rungs up the ladder I need to climb before I can get all the way there.
Well, that's amazing, man. It's interesting how all the apes have different lifestyle choices, whether they're going to be hustlers, gangsters, or just, the cogs in between. Like yourself, you have to do an important job, and valeting those yachts for all the dudes, that's an important task. So, what made you decide that that was going to be the evolution of this character, Jenkins?
Yeah, I mean, great question. I would say like first and foremost, like I looked in the mirror and I was like, damn, like I look like a valet. Like I should pick the job that's right for me. Um, I have this belief, and I know we're going to talk a bit about the book that I'm working on, but I have this belief that like rarity is subjective, and that as apes, like we're about much more than just the properties that we have. And I'm not a rare ape. I'm, maybe in the six or seven thousands in terms of like objective rarity.
Right.
But when I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I'm dressed like a valet. I look like a valet. Like I should show up to the club and be a valet. And I have this belief that you don't always have to like buy the most expensive or the most rare ape. You can also build one.
Yeah.
And so the way that I feel like I can contribute to the community is by leaning into, who I am. And when you look at me, you see a valet. And so like that's why
I
that's why I took the job.
I love that you took that job to assume more value to yourself, right? Like by assuming that task, you were like, I fit in here, I can create some storyline value. I can create a narrative which will make this particular ape, even though it may have some common properties or not so rare properties, through that storyline that I can develop through maybe a book grant that you connected with the Bored Ape Yacht Club on, you could actually create really unique sort of value for this ape and create a storyline that makes him bigger than just his property profile. So kudos to you on figuring that out, because that's a really beautiful way to use a narrative and to just look at what you have in front of you and decide like, yep, this is what my dude is, and now you've created this really cool story. So if you could speak on that, like how did you come across connecting with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and getting into the book writing task?
Yeah, of course. Well, outside, when I'm not valeting, I spend a lot of time writing. I've written creatively for a really long time, and so I've followed NFTs from the outside for quite a while. I didn't ape into Top Shot, I didn't ape into Zed Run, but I've seen people who have. And when I saw the ape community coming together, I felt like it was really important to participate. I just like had a feeling, and so I aped in quickly. And as I started to tell my story about who I was at the Bored Ape Yacht Club, I just got, I was getting really good feedback on Twitter. I did it only to contribute to the community. I'm a valet, like I'm a service ape. And I felt like the right thing to do as a service ape was to try to offer what I could offer to everyone else in the community. Like everybody has something that they like to do,
Yeah, for sure.
or something that they feel that they can offer. And I felt that what I could offer as the valet at the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the eyes and the ears, someone who's like behind the scenes doing odd jobs for people, was that I could offer the opportunity to tell other ape stories.
Yeah.
I have this belief that the future of media is crowdsourced, and that there's this massive opportunity, especially with NFTs, to treat them like access tokens, to give people the opportunity to help participate in storytelling, sort of in like whatever capacity that you're interested in. And so like really, truth is like that's why I aped in. I aped in because I wanted to join a community, and I wanted to like help serve that community with something that I like to do, which is writing stories.
That's incredible, man. That's a really good and powerful way to use the power of pen and paper, or at this point, keyboards and computer screens. But that's really rad of you. Like as I assumed, Jason the Ape role character, avatar, whatever. I minted for Bored Apes originally, and I didn't connect with any of the first three personally. But when I saw this one, I understood that this was like an inner reflection of myself when I looked at it, and it wasn't any kind of like silliness with that. I genuinely felt it when I looked at it. And the fact that you looked at yours and created this narrative immediately and decided that was what the character was to become, and that's your superpower, the sense of growing community through your penmanship and your storytelling, like that's really really badass to me. So kudos to you, man. That's incredibly, I mean, I'm beyond like words right now. That's amazing that you can come up with such an idea, uh, and then help other people who are stuck on their story but want to create something for their ape. You can help them through that by people wanting to crowdsource this project and maybe like volunteer their ape to the storyline. Have you had people reaching out and saying like, hey, include me in your book?
Yeah, absolutely. And first of all, thank you so much for the kind words. After I posted my first story, sort of my introduction, telling people about who I am as the valet and some of the things that I've done, I got a lot of like great feedback, and I got a lot of people asking me if I could help tell their story. And so the next day, I set up a type form where people could tell me about the properties that they really liked about their ape, um, any bit of backstory that they've already thought of, and got dozens of entries, people who were interested in me telling their ape stories, which was awesome, and it was so fun to read all of the different sort of places that people feel that their apes come from,
Yeah.
and it's so cool, like what you said, Jason. People connect with their apes. You can mint for and not necessarily feel an attachment, but then like you see that one and you're like, whoa, that's my ape. And it's really a credit to the Bored Ape Yacht Club founders that they just made like really like beautiful art that people connect to.
Yeah.
And so you can tell like when people submit in the type form, they care a lot about their apes. And so I started telling stories for other apes, basically just in like wanted to make it as equitable as possible. So just in like a first come first serve kind of model, working down the list. Didn't want to like try to focus on like, oh, like I follow that ape or that ape has like a big following, just like, who has a story that wants to be told. And so we've told tons of stories so far. I mean, we've done um, Maui Prime, AI sent back from the future to destroy the Ethereum blockchain. We did the Ape Mafia mob boss 6056. We did Jessica, who was the first female partner at the bank, Gold Ape Snacks. And it's really not like it's honestly it's not it's fun and it feels so easy to tell the stories because the the ape owners have such great ideas and they're so creative. I mean, it's such a creative community. So they write in and they tell us the things that they like. And it's just, I feel like, as the valet, as someone who just helps out, it's an honor and it's really not so hard to just help like bring it to life through narrative, to take what they give us and just, make it like, a little bit more immersive.
Right. You
And so
just reflect
yeah,
it and
sorry.
put your nice twist on it. That's such an incredible skill to have as a valet for yachts.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and you write the dialogue and you set the scene and things like that. But it's been really inspiring to see all of the different storylines that people have given me in the type form.
Yeah.
And so that's really like the genesis for the bigger project that we're working on now that we're bringing to market, which was like the type form really showed that the power is with the community and that like community generative is really the name of the game.
Oh yeah.
And so what we're doing with this NFT that we're bringing to market over the next few weeks is we basically view uh, we think that NFTs can have really incredible strategic utility. That basically they can serve as an access token. You see that you see it today, like with the bathroom on the Bored Ape Yacht Club website and with
Mm-hmm.
their merch drop, and then most frequently with the Kennel Club. That the NFT is more than just like the sort of the front end art that you see. And so what we want to offer is access to a writer's room where we can go one step deeper than just a type form, where the community can actually participate in almost like a choose your own adventure format, voting on cover art, title, genre, plot, twists, ending, like all sorts of things like that.
That's
So
awesome.
that we can really crowdsource like a book. It'll be the first community generated book ever, which is really cool.
Yeah,
The
that sounds amazing. Like one of those fantastic childhood adventures where like you pick this or this and you create the story, and the fact that you're making that inclusive to the Bored Ape community is fantastic, and I can't wait to see when we get to choose and how that works out. When will that start to roll out? Because I already want to participate.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. It's let's see, today is June 22nd. We're going to be rolling out more information about the project over the next 2 weeks. We'll be making a bunch of different announcements in my Discord, which is linked in my bio, as well as on Twitter.
I'll put a description
I
in the video as well for you guys because you absolutely have to be in his Discord group. I'm in it and I'm checking it out all the time, and there's just a lot of fun information in there about this project.
Thanks, Jason. We Yeah, I'd say like we recognize, in this space, uh, a day feels like a month and a week is like a year. So speed is definitely the name of the game. We're spending a lot of time right now on a proprietary member voting portal. We're building it from the ground up.
Nice.
When I'm not valeting and I'm not writing, I'm working as a product manager. So, you know, it's been fun to do that and to work with. We have an awesome team of developers, Solidity developers, as well as just like full stack software engineers. We've got artists. We have a
Wow.
great group of advisors. So I think
Is
we're
it
going to do a lot over the next like 3-4 weeks to hopefully get this out and get people participating in the writers' room.
This is
ASAP.
amazing. This is amazing. Like the fact that you have so many hidden talents while you're a valet is just incredible. And the main question I have to ask, because I just have to ask it, is there ever going to be a physical Bored Ape book produced by you?
We are going to produce a physical book through this project. So
Holy
as a
shit.
community, everyone who participates in the writers' room will come together to choose the adventure. Different proposals will be voted on and will be locked in based off of how people vote. Based off of the proposals, I will write. I'll get feedback. Sort of voting will continue. It'll end up sort of like a decision tree, right? That the whole community gets to vote on. The final book will be a second NFT that gets airdropped to everybody who's in the writers' room, and also will be for sale. And everyone who owns the book NFT will get a physical copy of the book.
This is amazing.
One type of thing that people will be able to vote on, for example, is like, what type of book is it? Should it be a novel? Should it be a coffee table book? What are the illustrations, the covers, things like that? So yes, there will absolutely be a physical book, and we have a really solid book designer, like a reputable book designer who's excited to work with us on this. So that'll be really fun.
I can't wait. Honestly, dude, I'm beside myself. I'm sitting here just kind of baffled. Like, all right, when can I get on this coffee table book, novel, whatever, whatever? You make them all. We want them all. And I'm sure I'm not the only person out there thinking the same thing. That's super sick.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. It'll be fun because it's going to be, it'll be by all of us, and that's really cool. If you are a member of the writers' room, basically, if you hold a writers' room NFT at the time of book production, your name will be inscribed as an author in the obviously in the NFT, like in the digital version as well as in the physical book that we produce. We want it to be accessible by everybody, not just by apes. So anybody can participate in the writers' room, but we want to provide extra privileges for apes. So if you're an ape in the writers' room, we're going to be offering licensing agreements so that apes can actually have roles in the story,
So
and
cool.
participate in a profit share of book sales, and that'll go on forever for anyone we license from for the first book, the second book, the 10th book, because we think of this more as like a series. We sort of want to build an entire canon, not just a single book. So we're really excited. This feels like the beginning for sure.
Yeah, man. This club has been so much fun and so inclusive and so inspiring for so many people. One of the things I've heard from many people who've just aped in recently or they minted it and they've been down since day one is that this feels like it's kind of reignited some artistic excitement within them. So the fact that some people are like myself making little graphics and visual re-representations of my ape 2339, right? Or you're doing a narrative by having it outsourced with stories and that being an interactive tale, or however anyone is choosing to do it. I've seen people put it on a coffee bean bag. Um, I know there's a lot of silly, awesome variants like the bad bananas I saw just yesterday.
Yeah, those are awesome.
I'm trying to get more ether up to get more NFTs because literally every day I'm just adding more and more and more. And like I'm a big fan of just collecting art in general. I was super thrilled when Jason the Ape was blessed with the Picasso T-shirt, as I like to call it,
Yeah,
because, like, I mean, for real, Picasso is one of the best, most badass artists of all time, and I've been lucky enough to travel to see his stuff all over the world, and I
that's
can't wait
awesome.
to start to travel again now. And with things happening like us getting a dog, we've been granting this beautiful dog, like I have a real serious question is like, is this something that you're going to be able to bring to work at the valet stand or are you going to have to put up your dog for adoption? Cuz I know I can't hate on people who can't, work a job and keep that dog also, but as for me, I'm pretty excited to see what the reveal is going to be like in 3 days.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I am too. They work me hard at the valet stand for sure. I mean, there's no denying that. But I'm a hodler. I'm not letting go of my pup. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that dog's coming with me to work.
So is he going to end up in your story, do you think? because like we didn't expect this a few days ago, and then all of a sudden, bam! Like they put a dog in our laps, which is fantastic. But some people aren't really sure how they're going to proceed with that, and I'm trying to figure out if I should be adopting some more dogs or not, because I'm a big dog lover.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was like a sneaky little just like ether that they dropped us.
Those
Um,
sneaky bastards.
uh, yeah, I think yeah, of course, dogs make it into the story. I mean, I love my dog. There's no way around it. Like it's such a, apes and dogs, they fit together. So I
Right.
think definitely like we're hanging out at this yacht club, whether you're posted up, just chilling, whether you're like running some scheme out of it, whether you're working at the valet stand, whether you're on a smoke break, like we're all just like bored as hell in this yacht club. And there's sort of something nice about knowing that there's going to be a bunch of pups running around too.
Yeah, dude, dogs are super boring, so that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, man, I'm really stoked that you came by. I don't want to take a lot of your time because I know you got a million tasks ahead of you. Um, Really, I'm curious about like what sort of things could we be getting ready for next to help Jenkins, the valet, go further on his journey here. Like, we should be joining your Discord. We should be following you on Telegram, on Twitter. Do you have like where else should I be looking for you?
Yeah, I think for now, definitely follow me on Twitter. It's at Jenkins the Valet. Join the Discord in that bio. That's where we make our announcements. The next 3 4 weeks, we're going to be coming out with a lot. We're going to reveal quantity and pricing of the NFT. Although I can say it will be affordable, and we're going to reveal a million other things. We're gonna reveal renderings that we have. We're going to talk about our team. We're going to talk about our advisors. We're going to talk about charity. There's going to be a charity component. It's actually going to tie into like reading, and I think that that's really special. And so there's a bunch of other stuff. We're gonna give a little sneak peek to the voting portal that we're designing. So definitely do that on Twitter and on Discord. And then like the other thing honestly is just to anyone who's listening, like keep building the story around your ape and around any other avatar that you have, because this whole thing is going to be community generative. We're all going to work together to choose the adventure that gets written. And it's just fun to participate with everybody, right? That's the point. The point is like community, and it's fun. And so
Absolutely.
right now we're doing that on Twitter and Discord, and then eventually we're going to be doing that in our own portal and bringing a real book to market, which is awesome.
For anyone who is still wondering what the Bored Ape Yacht Club is all about, really, it is a essentially a membership token within an avatar, which allows you access to all sorts of fun little games like they were talking about earlier, the bathroom and whatever. But really, it's like a declarative stamp of like this is what I'm about. These are the things I'm into, and it's an alignment with like similar minded people and people that the world may never have brought to your path before. But all of a sudden, I'm talking to a valet of a yacht. I never thought I would do that, honestly, because for myself, I'm always just kind of like head in the clouds, doing my own thing. Every time I look up, I stumble into a new person. I'm not sure which ape I'm going to stumble into next week, but it'll probably be someone dope because I'm always walking around here just saying what's up to everybody. We're all kind of bored looking for someone to chat with, and I appreciate you, Jenkins, hanging out with us today, man, because it's been an interesting experience, and I look forward to participating in however I can to help that book become a reality, bro. I appreciate you today.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. To any ape listening, you should get on this show because it's been a blast. Thank you so much.
Right on, bro. Peace.
See you.